Hey there, beauts. It is your girl Time Tanae, and I just wanted to jump on here real quick before I got into the video and make sure that I thank my subscribers. I know I don't have many, but I do appreciate the ones that I do have. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, before we jump in, I just wanted to make sure I hit those notes. I feel like I usually just jump right into the tutorial and I'm not too good with intros, so I just felt like we need to connect a little bit. So yeah, make sure you do yourself a favor, and that's to subscribe, like, and comment, please. So anyways, as you can already tell by the title, I did some Fulani braids. I don't know, I think that's what me and my friends, we call it single braids in the back, French braids in the front. All right, we're just gonna say Fulani braids. For this style, it took me about 5 hours. I'm gonna show you the back because that's what took the longest, of course. So I did the back in singles and I did the knotless method. I would say these are like medium braids. And I don't know how many I had back here, maybe like 30, I don't know. And then of course I just did the front and like this little style. How many braids I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or I probably could have made it 12, but I'm not even gonna lie, my nails were longer when I did this, which was a couple of days ago. And it was kind of difficult for me to grip my edges. So I'm like, oh, I have to do these braids a little bigger in the front. We just went with them small or bigger this time, but I think it's still super cute. The color, I did do a blended mix. I love the Beyonce vibes, like the Beyonce blonde mix. You can never go wrong. The hair came in like 20 inches, so it's not that long. I was gonna add to make it longer, but I just felt like this length is okay. You know, it goes a bit past the belly button, so at least to my waist. And I think that's an okay length. And like the length, it still makes it like cute enough for a pony. You can do a high one, mid one. You know, and usually when I'm working out or cleaning, I do it low. You can do some up, some down, bun it. It's a lot of cute little styles that you can do with it. So I imagine that it may last for like 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how you keep it up. So if you want to know how to achieve this style, make sure you keep watching. Hey, what's up, beauts? So I'm just gonna jump in. As you can see, I'm starting with the back of my hair. I'm showing you how I have sectioned it off. So with this row, I think I have like 6. And the row below is 5, and then 4, and then the last row is 3. So this is how I section it off so far. I'm gonna take one of the sections and apply Shine and Gem around the perimeter. You want to make sure you get a nice amount of the Shine and Gem around the perimeter because it just makes the hold much better, especially when you're doing knotless. So here I'm just combing it through, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and separate it into like 3 pieces as if I were to begin plaiting. So as you can see, I crossed over once. I do apologize about the camera position. I did not know I was this off. But try to bear with me here. So I grabbed a small piece. So the first piece you want to start off with, it will be smaller. And I'm gonna put that in between my pointer and my thumb, and then kind of gather it together with the other 2 strands of the hair. I'm not explaining it great, but I do have a more detailed video. If you just check out my other videos, it'll show you more in detail how to do the knotless. So anyways, the second piece that I'm grabbing, it is a smidget bigger than the first, and that is actually the size that I'm going to be using for the rest of the pieces. So the first one, you want to start off with a small piece, and then the second medium, and then this third one is a medium piece, or the same size as the second, and the third is the same size. So altogether I'm going to be adding 4 pieces. So for this medium sized braid, I'll have 1 small piece and 3 medium sized pieces. And with each piece, I'm doing the same thing, sliding it in between, or I slid it in between my pointer and thumb, and then braid it down. And I have all 4 pieces added in now, so I'm just gonna continue to braid down. And after a while, you'll see me kind of like change positions because it just is more comfortable when braiding. So after I notice that it's secure, I change the position and braid from, like, I don't know, the side of my hair, just because, like I said, it's more comfortable. And then I'm just gonna continue braiding. I'm gonna speed it up a bit because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to braid, at least plaiting. And that's just what I'm doing throughout the rest of the braid, is just braiding it all the way down to the ends. I try to braid it as far down to the ends as possible, just because I feel like it gives it a better look, a sleeker look. Okay, so I am done with this one. Sorry about the angle again. I just want to show you that it's pretty uniform with the others. And yeah, I'm gonna just go on to the next braid here. Okay, so just repeating the steps, just adding some shiner gel around the perimeter, smoothing that through with my finger and comb. I'm then gonna separate it into 3 small sections, or 3 pieces, to begin my braid. And then after that, of course, I add the hair in between my pointer and thumb. I only braid over once. I know a lot of people, they braid down like 3 times, but I like it to be right at the root. It's still gonna give you the knotless effect. It just, to me, it's just more, it looks better because it's not like starting so skinny and then getting too big. It kind of like, it looks more natural, if that makes sense, when I started from the very beginning. So I'll like braid over once and then add the hair right after that, instead of, or opposed to braiding down 3. I've seen people do it like 3 or 4 times, which it still, of course, looks good, but I just prefer this way better. And of course, I'm just adding the hair. I think I'm on my second piece now, and I'm going to continue to add until I get my 4 pieces in. Of course, if you prefer, you can add more, especially if you want it longer. You can add more hair down the strand, but I would just suggest making the pieces smaller. If you want to add more hair, make the pieces smaller, because with the size of the parting, you don't want the braids to be too thick, and of course you don't want them to be too skinny. So just something to be mindful of. But again, for this I use 4 pieces, 1 small, 3 medium. And I'm just gonna speed this up too because it's repetitive. I'm just braiding down the hair strand. And of course, when I get to where my real hair is ending, I do like to add a little bit of jam just to seal those ends in. All right, and I'm done with the 2. Again, just letting you check it out. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the back. As you can see, it's pretty flexible. I can move it around different directions easily. It doesn't hurt, doesn't bother me at all. Okay, so now I'm gonna move ahead to the front. I've already did 3 braids, just to kind of get me in the groove. But I'm going to go ahead and start with this 4th one. I've already applied some of the shine jam to the perimeter, so like to the part area, and then I comb it through. And I'm just gonna take a tiny piece from the front. What this does, it just kind of helps me grip the front of my hair or my edges better because I know my nails aren't really long, but they were long enough to make it a little bit difficult to grip such small pieces of hair. So I use the weave to kind of help grip it and to kind of give me like a little foundation to braid off of, if that makes sense. So I take the braiding hair and I split it into like 3 pieces, if you can see right here. So there's 2 legs, and then the middle leg, which will be the 3rd, I'm gonna connect with my hair. And I'm going to braid back, or I braid as if I were beginning a French braid, of course, or attempt to, because as you can see, I messed up. So I'm gonna start this again, doing the same thing. My nails were just a bit of a distraction, but I'm not gonna let that hold me down. So I'm gonna try this again. And again, I'm gonna grab the small piece that I had parted out and connect it with the braiding hair and braid back. I'm trying to grip as hard as I can, not pulling my hair out, of course, but you know, so it can be nice and tight. I'm gonna braid this piece, I think about 7 to 8 times, just to make sure it's secure. And then once I feel like it is secure enough, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and add my second piece. The second piece, as you can see, is small too. And not as small as the first, but it is small. And I'm gonna continue to braid back. I believe I braid back like 4 times with this. And the reason why I'm spacing it out, like I'm not adding a piece right after another piece, is because the front of your hair is fragile. So you don't want too much braiding hair on it or pulling. And plus, it'll just make it too thick in the beginning. You want it to start small and then gradually get bigger. Okay, so now this is my 4th piece. And at this 4th piece, this is when I'll start adding the pieces kind of back to back. So I'll braid, add a piece, braid, add a piece. This is the 5th. And all of the pieces that I'm adding, they are the same size as the second piece that I added. All right, now I'll be adding the 6. I believe altogether I add like 9 small pieces. Again, it's completely up to you. The reason why I added so many is because I was trying to get it the same thickness as the braids in the back. So it required small 9 pieces. So this is the 7th, I believe. Okay, so this is the last piece, which is number 9. So yes, 9 small pieces, and after I have them all in, I'm just gonna go ahead and braid down. Okay, moving on to the next braid. I'm just cleaning up my part here. I kind of pre-parted it beforehand, otherwise it would take me entirely too long. So I'm pre-parting it, put some jam in between the part, and then just went through it again with the rack tail of my comb. I'm parting it in a way where it's coming off from like the right center of my head. Okay, and then I'm doing the same thing that I did with the other braids, and that's just parting out a tiny piece in the front, and that's just for me to grip. I'm going to just be repeating the same steps that I did for the previous braid. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you all watch.
Drums and roses.
Take off on it, dog, and
I am finally done with my entire head, so I'm going to add some foaming mousse on the front, back, all throughout. And I'm going to dip the ends in hot water. This, of course, helps seal the ends, and it helps make your braids more flexible so they don't look so stiff. You know you gotta dip your ends, girl. You gotta dip your ends. All right, and we are about done. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you, beauts.